Your biggest career risk is not failing, it's staying stuck at 60 or 70K because you're afraid to take a risk. And if you're in your early or mid 20s, this is exactly the time that you need to be taking risks, because once you're later in your life, later in your career, it just gets harder and harder and harder, especially if you're planning on getting married or having kids. People have a midlife crisis because they realize that they didn't take the risks that they needed to when they were in their early or mid 20s, and that they've wasted a huge portion of their life. And then they're scrambling, like, how do I not waste the rest of my life? And they end up buying some used Corvette. Comfort is a scam that will destroy your life, and that thing that you're afraid of isn't too risky. You're just too bad at calculating risk. You're not gonna die if you make a change in your career. You're not gonna end up homeless in some alley. You need to make the leap. You need to make the change now while you still have the option to do it, and not before it's too late. And the real risk is that you waste this one life that you've been given. I almost got trapped as an analyst working for a finance company in an open space cubicle surrounded by people that I really didn't like, and that really didn't like me. It would have been an awful existence, basically living purgatory on earth. But luckily, I was so bad at it that I knew I was going to get fired if I didn't make a change. And so I was forced to make the jump into something risky, to work in sales. And then once I actually started working in sales, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing and so much fun. And so if you're trying to figure out what is a fun career where you can make lots of money, have lots of success, talk to people all day, not just be staring at a screen, not just be feeling lonely and isolated, also not just talk to people, but be able to work remote from wherever you want in the entire world and have good pay progression, you want to be in sales. And the best kind of sales is tech sales, because those are the companies that have the fattest margins, the fastest growth. And the first role you're going to have to take if you want to break into sales is a BDR, SDR role at a tech sales company. But that risk of taking a role that only pays 70 to 110,000 in your first year, a lot of people, so many people go on to get promoted to account executive roles at year one or year two, and then those roles are paying $120,000 to $160,000. And then by year 3 or 4, if you take a second promotion, which is not unusual, I did that, then you're making $180,000 to $220,000 by your 3rd or 4th year in the tech sales space. You're definitely working remote for the rest of your career, and you've probably found a great partner. Like, I found my wife working in the tech sales industry. You can do this. The first step is believing in yourself that you can actually work in the sales industry, in a sales career. If you want help doing this, I can't help everybody. I can't even help most people. So I have to be really careful with the number of people that I work with. There is a link in my bio. It's just for people that want BDR or SDR roles at the top tech sales companies. You can use it to submit an application with us, and then we'll let you know whether or not you're a good fit.